Is it better to invest in stocks or real estate? As of mid 2026, the global landscape has shifted, and the answer isn't a simple winner take all choice. Today, we begin a series to break down how both assets build wealth in fundamentally different ways and how you can combine them for optimal growth. Let's dive in. We are comparing two primary wealth building pillars. First, stocks. Stocks represent fractional ownership in companies. They are the primary engine of global innovation and corporate growth. On the other side, we have real estate. This represents tangible physical assets. It serves as the engine for housing and commercial utility, providing essential space for living and business. These two contenders offer different pathways to financial security. By understanding their core natures, ownership versus tangible utility, we can better grasp how they compound wealth. Liquidity measures how quickly you can convert an asset into cash without affecting its market value. Stocks represent high liquidity. With a single click, shares can be sold and proceeds settled within days. In contrast, real estate is illiquid. Selling a property involves appraisals, inspections, and lengthy closing periods that can take months. For investors prioritizing short-term access to capital, the liquidity of the stock market remains a decisive advantage. Real estate allows for high leverage. By putting down just $20,000, you control a $100,000 asset thanks to 80% bank financing. When the property value grows by 5%, your property gains $5,000. Since that gain is relative to your $20,000 cash investment, you've actually achieved a 25% return on your money. Real estate offers powerful tax shields that stocks simply cannot replicate. First, there is depreciation. The IRS allows you to deduct the cost of your property over time as a paper loss, reducing your taxable income while your actual property value may be rising. Second is the 1031 exchange. This mechanism allows you to sell a property and reinvest all the proceeds into a new one, deferring capital gains taxes entirely. This creates a massive compounding effect for your wealth. By leveraging these tax shields, real estate investors preserve wealth more efficiently, keeping more of their gains to reinvest and grow. Between 2016 and 2026, the S&P 500 provided a strong average annual return of 11.5%. Residential real estate appreciation averaged 7.2% annually over the same period. However, when you factor in the power of mortgage leverage and significant tax benefits, the effective return on equity often jumps to between 15 and 18%. While stocks grow through innovation, real estate compounds value through strategic use of debt and tax advantages. By mid-2026, the investment landscape entered a critical normalization phase. After the intense volatility of 2024 and 2025, central banks began their pivot, signaling a steady cycle of interest rate cuts. This pivot effectively lowered borrowing costs, ending the transaction freeze. Consequently, we are seeing a significant rebound in housing demand across most urban hubs. Real estate, once hampered by high debt service costs, has become increasingly attractive compared to the uncertainty of recent years. A structural housing supply gap exists globally. While demand consistently climbs due to population growth and urbanization, the construction of new units remains sluggish. This divergence, known as the supply gap, creates a permanent shortage. Economically, this shortage establishes a structural floor for real estate prices. Because housing is a necessity rather than a luxury, this scarcity makes physical property an incredibly robust long-term hedge against inflation. Passive index funds have dominated for years, but today, many indices are becoming top-heavy, with tech giants making up a larger and larger share of the total value. As concentration risk grows, many investors are reconsidering passive strategies. Active stock picking is seeing a resurgence as people look for opportunities outside these massive tech monoliths. While indexing offers simplicity, active selection is becoming a tool to manage the risks created by an increasingly top-heavy market. Choosing between them now requires a deeper understanding of market composition. Traditionally, real estate and stocks were separated by a vast liquidity gap. Stocks move instantly, while property ownership was locked in slow legal paperwork. Blockchain technology is changing this. Tokenization allows us to divide a property into digital fractions. These tokens represent fractional ownership, making property assets nearly as liquid as shares of stock. By narrowing this gap, we're creating a future where property investment is as accessible and fluid as global equity markets. Stocks are largely passive. Once you invest, you don't need to fix leaky pipes or manage tenants. It is the ultimate set it and forget it wealth strategy. Unlike stocks, real estate is often an active business. It requires constant attention, from managing property maintenance and repairs to handling tenant relations and administrative tasks. Unless you choose to be a passive investor in a syndication, you are essentially running a business. This demands significant time and operational effort, distinguishing it from purely passive asset classes. Real estate is unique because it allows for fixed-rate debt. Unlike other costs that rise with inflation, your mortgage payment remains constant. When inflation occurs, the real value of that debt erodes over time. You are effectively paying back the bank with cheaper future dollars. While your debt payment stays flat, rents and property values tend to rise with inflation. This creates an increasing gap between your costs and your income. This creates a powerful wealth-building mechanism where inflation actually works in your favor as a property owner. In real estate, you hold the unique power to force appreciation. Through strategic renovations, you directly increase the value of your asset, regardless of market conditions. In the stock market, however, your equity is at the mercy of factors outside your control. You rely on corporate executive decisions and shifting global market sentiment to drive your returns. When weighing investment options, convenience often tips the scale. Real estate requires active management, from handling maintenance repairs and tenant issues to navigating complex property tax filings. In contrast, technology-driven index funds and ETFs provide a path to global growth from your computer. There are no toilets to fix or tenants to chase. If convenience is your primary concern, the automated, liquid nature of stock market indices makes them the clear winner for passive wealth accumulation. Financial experts suggest the barbell strategy to optimize wealth. It balances two distinct goals: aggressive growth and long-term stability. Use stocks as your engine for wealth accumulation. Their high liquidity allows you to compound capital rapidly through market growth. Then shift those realized profits into real estate. This serves as your preservation bucket, locking in gains through tax advantages and tangible asset stability. This combination creates a portfolio that grows aggressively while shielding wealth from the volatility of the equity markets. The primary risk in stock investing isn't always the market itself, but the investor's emotional response. Daily fluctuations, seen constantly on our screens, create a false sense of urgency. The biggest pitfall is panic selling during a temporary downturn. When you track your portfolio too closely, your emotions override your long-term strategy. Staying the course is the hardest part of the process, but it is essential for long-term growth. Emotions are the enemy of compound interest. The primary risk in real estate investment is overleverage. When you carry excessive debt to acquire property, you become extremely sensitive to market fluctuations. If a vacancy hits and no rent comes in, your fixed debt obligations don't stop. You must pay these from your cash reserves. Without steady income, high debt quickly drains your reserves, potentially forcing you to sell during a market dip. Remember, debt magnifies gains, but it also magnifies losses. Keep your leverage levels sustainable. Stocks serve as the engine to generate the capital you need. Their liquidity and growth potential make them ideal for building your initial wealth base. Real estate acts as the engine to compound that capital. It uses leverage and tax benefits to shield and grow your wealth efficiently. The strategy for many wealthy individuals is simple. Use stocks to generate excess cash flow, then deploy that capital into real estate to lock in long-term tax-advantaged growth. Ultimately, it is not an either-or scenario. Stocks build the capital, and real estate compounds it. Every successful investment strategy begins with a clear objective. The right choice between stocks and real estate is not about which asset is better, but which fits your current financial stage. If you are just starting to build wealth, your primary need is liquidity and growth. Stocks offer a low barrier to entry, allowing you to invest small amounts consistently. They act as the engine that grows your capital without requiring active management. Once you have significant capital, your goal shifts toward optimization. Real estate becomes a priority because it uses leverage and offers tax efficiencies that stocks cannot replicate. Here, you transition from simply growing wealth to protecting and compounding it. Define your stage. Build with stocks to create your base. Optimize with real estate to scale and preserve. Your financial destination dictates your path. There is no single better asset. The most successful investors treat these as a unified team. Use stocks to aggressively build capital, then deploy those gains into real estate to preserve wealth and leverage tax advantages. Choose the mix that matches your life goals. Wealth is not about choosing sides. It is about building a system that works for you.